Hey, good afternoon. Hey, I'm just coming to you today as good old Mikey Brown. No monikers, no websites. It's not a political thing today. It's just a normal everyday journal, I guess. Video. I haven't done a Mikey Brown video uh, for a long time, if ever. I don't know. Mixture of things, but I'm not going to talk politics because that's the 0 hours channel. Um, I'm not really going to talk just about music, which of course is Mosh and Mikey channel. So today I'm going to talk about the end of some eras for me and memory, and not really memories, but end of eras time frame and in life. And I got a GFY rant a little bit, but that should probably, I'll go ahead and get that out of the way. I have a lot of things I talk about, whether it be on the 0 hours, whether it be on Mosh and Mikey. I like to express myself. You don't have to care. Nobody has to like it. Nobody has to watch it. I'm okay with all that stuff. What I do take, I don't take offense to it. I just kind of think it's bullshit that, people get butthurt about things I say and can rant to me about it. It's like, well, get on a channel and say your own shit. I don't care. I mean, if I don't want to watch, I click off. I don't have to get private message you and express my butthurtity to you. And a lot of times when I say stuff, it's off the cuff that day. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking, especially music stuff. I might think, hey, this would be cool to do, and this would be cool to do this time, and it don't always stick. But I mean, tell me any person that I know that I've watched or friends with or anything that never changes their mind about nothing. It's like, so why are you getting butthurt? I'm just saying what I like or what I would maybe want to do, and things change, every day. And, not everybody makes videos of their shit. This was for me, replaces, a lot of this stuff replaces having to take pills to keep my anxiety level down. I found that talking about it openly and is good therapy. For me, it's a good idea. It's not worth it to me to go to a psychologist. I mean, I had to do that 12 years ago, whatever it was now. And I got my point out of it that shit happens and you can't let stuff fester. And I lost that along the way and had my anxiety issue with, we were dealing with Corona. We were dealing with a lot of bullshit back then, right? I mean, still are, but I learned to address it a different way. And I've always been kind of a creative person. I can't draw. I can't play an instrument per se, except bang on drums badly. But I've always had kind of a way of writing stuff and words and speaking somewhat. So I thought it would be a good thing to do, and that's what I've been doing. But, the backlash for it, okay. But, backlash on it and move on with your life. Don't repeatedly come at me with it. If you want to, we can talk about it. But, just cry foul and then move on and then in the next breath post something of your own that's against everything I believe, and I don't comment shit because it's your belief. It's what you want to do. Fucking do it. I'm not going to prevent anybody from doing what they need to do or say what they need to say. And until I'm told at some point in the future that freedom of speech is absolutely not allowed anymore, or that everything I say isn't labeled hate speech. Apparently, the nasty grams I'm getting I'm hate speeching and all this bullshit. And it basically comes down to the 3 words that I have for all of that stuff. It's go fuck yourself. I mean, that my butt hurt you too. Maybe you'll be, cower in your safe space corner or something. I don't know. But I have my own opinions on everything. And you have your opinions on everything. I don't interject into your fucking life and your world and say shit. So it's like, whatever. I just had to get that out of my system that I know not everybody likes me. They don't like what I say. They don't like what I do. They don't like who I support, what I stand for. Perfect. That's why we're not all the same, right? That's why we have Democrats and Republicans. That's why we have left and right. That's why we have extreme metal and R&B. That's why we have, whatever else you can think of, tattooed and not tattooed, Christian and not Christian, Muslim and Catholics. We have differences are what make up the world, not just the United States, but the world. So I'm going to say what I want to say until I'm told by law that I cannot do so. And I guess I'm not even complaining that you're bitching about it, because people do that. They get on there and argue with you. But to like do it, it's like you jab and then you run away. You're a coward. You'll say something, and then when I try to speak back, it's a shut up. They call me a boomer, which isn't fucking right. I mean, I'm not a boomer. I'm a Gen X guy. I was born in '68. Not a fucking boomer. I might look old, but I'm not that old. But I ain't gonna change the way I believe and think. So, getting that part out of the way. It's my channel, my videos. You don't like it, don't listen, don't worry about it. Move on your merry fucking way. Call me whatever name you want. Behind my back, call me whatever thing you want to my face. It's not going to change anything, okay? And I know who I am. People that know me know who I am, so GFY, baby. It's like, just go fuck yourself. Okay. Now that that's over, I can move on to the reason I wanted to get on here and just share some things. End of an era. There's eras with an S today. First one I'll talk about is my workplace. And, I don't like to mention the workplace by name on the air, on the video. People that know me, work with me, know who I am. They know where I work, so it's good enough. Don't need to get down that rabbit hole and get in trouble. They've evolved into this somewhat, I don't know what you liberal, lefty, whatever you classify, woke. So I'd rather not get into a pissing match with them. I mean, I want to go to work, do what I can, clock in, do my job, clock out, keep my insurance, have my pension still there, 401k. That's my goal with that. A few more years, I got to deal with it. And I deal with it. Like most people that are like-minded to me, they have to deal with it too. So we all do it together. But today is a kind of a ending day for my company. It's evolving into another. It's going basically from a corporation to an LLC. They combined a bunch of plants or whatever you call them, subdivisions of the company, put them all together. They call it stir it in a pot, call it LLC. It's changing its name. We got to change our monikers. We got to, we're getting different, probably some more. We've had some different policy changes already. We'll probably have some more. So, I mean, and you got to roll with it. I mean, and I have the options of going elsewhere to work. I have the options of, sticking it out until I want to retire. I have an option, of working there 20 more years. It's like I got options and everything. It's not like I was given a termination slip. It's just turning into something else today. And the future is unknown, They've communicated some things, and they're going to be communicating some more things, but I call it the end of an era because I've worked there for almost 2 decades, be 19 years, and I really liked it when I started, and it's gotten a little spots here and there like, oh, that sucks, but I understand. Taking this away, okay, I get it, that sucks too, but to where it is now, and it's like it's okay. I mean, it's still not a bad. I'm not gonna bash it and say it's a horrible infested job that sucks and yada yada. Ain't gonna do it because I'd be lying, if I said it was terrible. It's not what you would hoped it was when you were starting out because when it was a different thing than back then, but things change, it's like I say, everything change. My opinions and thoughts change all the time on stuff. It's like some stuff I'm steady down the line on. Other ones, I'm open-minded. People think I'm closed-minded. This closed-minded, asshole because I voted for Trump and believe in the Republican parties mostly. Used to anyway. I'm really not on board with the Republican Party so much, but I liked Trump and I voted for Trump. But that doesn't make me a closed-minded person. Some stuff I don't understand, but I'm very open about gay marriage. I'm very open about a lot of stuff that closed-minded conservatives wouldn't be. But I'm open for about everything, except equality is great. But when you go over and above and say, I want special treatment for being this way, and I'll push it down your throat that I'm this way, but if you say anything negative at all about how now you don't understand pansexuals or whatever it is, then you're a closed-minded, bigoted, racist, homophobic, transphobic, white supremacist. So that's as far down as I'm going with politics on this one. So anyway, it's going to be, when I go back on Monday, I took a long sabbatical, 5-day weekend. Really was not planning on doing today. Just didn't feel good last night. And when I woke up this morning, it really didn't feel good this morning. I thought, man, I don't know if people were talking about this stomach thing going around, and my stomach was kind of bad last night. Didn't wake up to the greatest this morning, but it's gotten better. And, I had the days. I just wanted to carry over a certain amount to the next year. My days start when my hire date was April. So, but I'm minus a day now, so it's okay. It's a good day to just sit at home, and reflect on stuff, I guess. But so that's going to be the end of an era there with my work spot, and we'll see what happens with that. I'm hoping it stays upright and somewhat normal. I mean, for the next few years. That's what I'm asking for. So anyway, that's my end of an era there. The other end of an era was talking about. I was going through my memories. The Facebook's got the memories, and I remembered it, but I guess the last couple of days I'd kind of forgotten it was there. And it pops up today, and I had a show 3 years ago. 3 years ago today, actually, was a show I played, and it was the very last show I played for the band Laughing Cattle. The last time I sang for them. And, I remember the night. It was a real fun night. A bunch of people from work came and watched that hadn't seen me sing before. And they traveled a ways down. The show was in Sydney. Most of them were from Lima or Walpock or elsewhere, and it was cool. Everybody that made the time and effort to come down and watch me sing in my last show, and it really wasn't broadcast I told a few people at work, so hopefully they would come because I thought, well, I don't know if I'll ever sing again in a band, on a stage. So they made the trip. It was a good show. It was one of the mod shows, It was we opened up that show for like a, I don't even know what you call them, like a 50s band. kind of. I mean, he was a good. I mean, it was Todd the Fox. He was real good, but it was like 50s music. It was like. But he did do a cover of "Got to Fight for Your Right to Party," and I tried to sing with him. My mind went blank when I got up there to remember the words, but yeah, But I remember dancing to some of the old music with friends of mine that were there, and um, a lot of my friends made the trip that knew. Some of them knew it was my last show, some of them didn't, and it was a good time. And that memory popped up, and that was an end of an era, a big time era there. That was, you're talking 24 years of your life ended that day. I mean, it was the next day I actually came out and said anything, social media wise. I mean, most people knew, and it's like I didn't want it to be a big thing because it was like, okay, there's no hatred going on my end, and there's no, uh, I just felt it was time to move on. I had my reasons, and I didn't want to go through the motions. And at the time I didn't know, but I found out later it was disappointing to the guitar player I'd been spent 24 years with, and we worked it out. We talked it out. He was telling me why he was disappointed. I kind of told him what I felt. So it's one of those things in music. Sometimes things, just 24 years is a long time, but yeah, we're still friends today. So it's like it's not. We still talk about the old stuff, and it's like it all worked out in the end. And so the end of the era for that was it was hard to take, but it was also much needed. It just had to happen. You didn't want to be fake, and you don't want to be causing disruptions by trying to go through the motions, and nobody's really happy. Uh, so yeah, it worked out, and they're still going to this day. I mean, they still 3 years later, they're still kicking it, and it'll be what 2 more years, 3 more years. Yeah, 3 more years will be 30 years for them. So keep rolling the train. That's a good thing. The only other thing is like an end of an era of kind of sort of two different things left to talk about. Number one is my personality, which some people won't agree with. They'll say, well, if you're still shit posting about liberals and blah blah blah, then you're not really mellow. Believe me when I tell you that I am mellow compared to how I used to be. And I was getting off of the path back to the original hate mongering fucker I was. And whew, I mean, it was just getting close there. I mean, there was why I started my podcast for this it didn't really start out as a political podcast, but it started out more like a life podcast, sort of like this, where it was just talking about all the fears and anxieties I was going through, and I'd gotten to the bottom end, feel spiritually. I mean, just wore out, ready to go, done. And I've climbed out of that. I had a little help. I had my doctor. He gave me a prescription. I didn't take it very long because just I took it for a while, but it did its job. I mean, I guess it leveled you out a little bit. But you have to eventually come to terms with it yourself. You have to come to terms with how you feel and how you perceive life. And is it worth wasting the time being so angry all the time? And I still have my days. And I think you would be inhuman if you didn't have bad days, to where you're just pissed off at life and you're aggravated. But the difference is I'm trying not to let it consume me as much as it did. And work was a big thing. I've stressed out at work so much, and my wife, God love her, she always telling me, I don't want to be a widow. I don't want to be a widow at 50, 45, and you're only 52. You need to calm it down. And I've been trying here lately to do that. Well, It turns out it was a good thing. I had my blood pressure taken. I had a doctor's appointment yesterday. Most everything was good. Only thing he said was my blood pressure a little high, and I've never had that before, even being as big and eating bad all the years I did, and uh, always on top of stress levels for years and years. I've always had decent blood pressure. Well, it was a little high yesterday. Could have been a fluke because I went from work, came home, got in the shower, but I really didn't have time just to sit down and chill and then go to the doctor. Plus, to me, going to the doctor is always kind of creepy. Not because my doctor's great, but you never know what he's going to find. He's going to say, "Oh," because I had this problem where sometimes I have to get up and go to the bathroom a bunch. I never had that before either, so I was going to ask him about that. I thought, here he's going to find something wrong. They're going to take me for blood tests and blah blah blah. So the fear of the unknown is a big thing. And, so I'm trying to keep myself calmer. And at work, I think I've done pretty well. I mean, I have my little moments, maybe 20 seconds, 30 seconds, even up to a minute, where I'm just going off the rails ranting to somebody, not like I used to, kicking clipboards down the aisleway or, throwing my radio off saying I quit, I'm done with this bullshit and walking towards admin and then walk all the way to admin. Or there's a couple times I even had to walk to the south cafeteria. But if it's like a long ways away, put it that way. I work in the north side and it's the south, so it's quite a walk. But I walked all the way down there to sit and take just a break because I was going to snap, and I don't want to do that anymore. I'm not going to let something that's not really in my control get to me like that. So I'm calling myself Mellow Mikey, and I've been trying to adapt to that moniker. And I, of course, people say if you're shit posting and everything, you're still worked up about politics. Yeah, that's That's my last thing. I got to get past the politics part. Not much I can do about it. I mean, I could still watch the Q drops and still follow QAnon without having to be outraged about everything all the time. It's hard, but it's going to have to, especially if I've got high blood pressure now. So I am working on that. So Mellow Mikey is what I'm trying to become. So I said, with all the podcast I'm getting into, started in September to try to defunk this swings of mood I'd have. So that started, and it's done pretty well. I mean, I like doing them. It's just, it lets me get it out of my system without having to bore other people. And it's like, I know there's only a handful of people that I know that listen to it. And, but that's fine because most of them are the same as me. And they're like, oh, I get a kick out of it. Blah, blah, blah. So if I need to do it, I don't have a schedule on it or nothing. I just jump in and make my points known and get on with it. Now, Facebook, I do it every day because I swore to the 1,460 days of bashing the left. Well, Facebook's not playing nice here lately, so that's probably going to have to stop. So I posted something this morning, and I think they're probably going to take it down. So they already gave me the kindly, you're restricted from going live again, and you're restricted from advertising. It's like, what? You don't want money for me to advertise? That's fine with me. Whatever. But I'm getting tired of getting bashed about it. I mean, I get a kick. I think they're funny, but a lot of people are getting butthurt. Like I said, snowflakes getting all pissy. So they'll probably go away. So what I decided with, my podcast is one thing. My, these channels, the vlogs are, I got the 0 hours vlogs and podcast channel. I put all my 0 hour stuff on. And then this channel, my personal channel, I had these videos, the Mosh and Mikey videos are on here. And then the Undying Obsession, all the music videos that I have in my possession have been on here because I don't know why I just didn't make a page for the Undying Obsession at one point. I don't know why I didn't do it. I think it took me a little while to figure out how to make a page, actually, but it was already, I posted them on there, and I just kept posting. So being with that, I mean, I did announce in my last Mellow Mikey video that I'm, going to do a new band. The other band kind of just went away, and it's like January is when I just kind of said, I don't think we're going to get back into the groove like we were, and everybody had other stuff going on, and then when I kind of backed out, and I think they start, they start doing some jamming on the side and stuff, but I don't know that it's ever gonna be back to the UO, and it's like, so I got to move on with that, but I am gonna do another band, and so I mean it's the end of an era, kind of, is like the UO stuff. I'll still keep it on the channel, but I mean I never officially said, hey, the UO's done, and I won't even say that now. I'll say that for me it's done. Now, if the other guys in the band want to reuse the name and they want to play the songs, that'd be okay. I mean, not that I have to give permission because it was a band thing, but for me, I'm done doing it, and I'm trying to work on something new, and we'll see how that goes. But tomorrow begins a new month. It is April Fool's Day. Boy, like we need one of those this year, right? I mean, I call it, and somebody said, April Fool's Day. I said, oh, you mean Fool's Day? I said, oh, you mean Joe Biden birthday? Joe Biden Day? I'm just kidding with the politics. There you go. Don't want anybody to get upset and report me to YouTube. It's like, good God, people. Have some skin that's thick. It's like, I take abuse and abuse and abuse for being a Trump guy, and it's like you can't take hardly 2 months worth of bashing on Biden, whatever. Yeah, like I said, no politics. Anyway, I just wanted to hop on here, have some end of the eras. Tomorrow's April Fool's Day. Starts a new chapter for some, for me, for a bunch of people, for work spot, and I already took tomorrow off. It's my anniversary date. It would be 19 years tomorrow at the same work spot. I got to be a little bit proud of that. I've consistently remained unemployed at the same place, and hopefully another 2+ years. I mean, I'm down to the wire, kind of, sort of. It's like 2 years, 6 months, and I can retire. So, fantastic. Hopefully it's still viable at that point. If not, maybe I'll have to stretch it out or find a different job or whatever. But anyway, it's Wednesday afternoon. I just thought, hope everybody has a good hump day, and see you soon enough. I'm sure I'll have something else to say at some point in the future. So take care, people. Be safe.